Hello Aries! Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, using the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. Websites are at the bottom of this gray box with Chris Ann's picture. I believe there's chris-ann with an e.com or themusetarot.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check out if you would like to, either of those, or whatever information is there, of course. Supportive Oracle Cards, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, Oracle Cards by Colette Baron Reed. There's a website at the bottom of that paragraph, colettebaronreed.com. I think there's a couple others there. If you're interested, feel free to freeze frame and check those out. There's also about the author, Jenna. I'll move it slowly. Feel free to freeze frame and read through that if you're interested. There are some websites at the bottom of this as well. Again, just freeze frame and check out whatever you're interested in, if so interested. What do we have for Aries? Ooh, that's a spicy one to start out with. Do we like it? We might not. I don't know. The one I'm seeing, it was in the Pisces reading too. It's the Devil card. And it's very intriguing in this deck, in my opinion, because it's a very beautiful card. At least in my opinion, it looks very beautiful. In fact, let me show it to you. I think, and like especially like I zero in on that butterfly right there. Hopefully it focuses so you can see it. And then it looks like almost like a stingray, or is it a stingray or man of war? It's a fish with the big wing looking things. It looks like it's right above the butterfly. It's almost like, you know, the pain with the change there, and then of course a very beautiful woman below that. Or it looks to be a beautiful woman to me. Whatever's going on, maybe you're not too upset about it. Maybe you're not. It's kind of like, you know, I don't really want to go around another round. I don't want another round of this stuff going the same way again. And I'm thinking it's going to, so if somebody kind of shakes it up a little bit, maybe I'm not too upset about that. Maybe. This is very catch-22 is how this is starting to feel to me. Now, there could be a change coming is what I'm getting, but this is that type of change where you're applying for another job. It takes a few months to actually get the job, and then when it does change, like if you're having an internal change, for example, you're going from one department to another, it takes like a couple more months before you actually transition out of your job into the new job. It's definitely a slow, arduous process, but it is change. Yet when you get there, it may be all worth it. So I feel like there's change coming in, and it's kind of like I don't really want to stick where I am, but I'm feeling like when I first see this coming forward, I'm like, I don't want to go through the same thing I've already been. I don't want to make a change just to end up in this similar pattern that I don't really want. And I'm trying to understand what's going on, like what possibilities do I really have? There's definitely like this, I keep wanting to use the word arduous. I have my preconceived notions about what I'm dealing with. And I feel like maybe hope isn't the strongest thing here right now, because I'm like, it's been what it's been, it is what it is, and I don't see it changing. But maybe I'll give it a chance to change. I have to change. There's something here. It could be a person that just doesn't match your energy. Let's just put it that way. You may or may not like this person, but they don't, either way, they don't match your energy. It just kind of reminds me of people in the past where, you know, they have their way of doing things, and I saw them as a good person. I saw them as a good person, but I didn't really enjoy working with them just because of the way they did stuff. It's kind of like, all right, that's their way, but like, I'm going to fall asleep before they get through the first sentence. So it's like, they're cool, good for them, yay, all that stuff. But I'd rather not. I'd just rather not. So it's kind of like this energy just doesn't change. I feel like you see it for what it is, whether you like it or not. I don't know about that being a thing, in the sense of like you see them for who they are. They're just not very changing. They're not really adaptable the way you would like. But there's another possibility coming in. Okay, I like this better. I see a lot of earth here, and I'm like, I'm not sure if it's working well, but this one does, because it's like a new possibility coming your way. Try for this possibility. I feel like, am I missing that part? Maybe I'm supposed to be saying that way before now. There's a possibility coming your way. Try for it. Go for it. Go for the possibility you want. It's shaking things up, and somebody's going to get bent out of shape about it. Don't worry about it. Let them get bent out of shape, because this is something meant for you. Once you put it out there that you want it, you have a chance to really get it. There is some stress with this, because somebody's going to give you a hard time about that. Aries usually handles that pretty well, though. Don't let stress hold you back. I feel like the real stress here is like, if I move on from this and I don't get it, then I'm going to have to deal with this person, and that's an issue, because they're going to be bent out of shape. But the thing is, if you don't try, you don't know. The point is that you're not happy with this situation. It's not the worst situation, but I feel like you're not happy if this is hitting. And it's time to move forward to something better. Actually, I like this for you too. This seems to be like going towards something better, going towards a better opportunity. This doesn't feel bad to me. There's possibilities here. There's something you could have, but you have to go towards it. I feel like this is why, because I'm like, usually Aries is kind of bold and you'll go for what you want. But I'm also like being reminded that Aries is very strategic, and kind of like, if I'm gonna try for something and there's not really a good chance I'm gonna get it, and by trying for it, it can make my situation worse. I'm just kind of like a little hesitant, like, you know, maybe I've seen other people do this and try for something better, but when they don't get it, then they're stuck here, and then people make their life difficult. So I'm like, I'm strategizing to make sure this is worth my time. If you're going to get what you want, I don't think you have a hard time being bold. If you're not sure, you're like, I could try for it, but then if I don't get it, then it gets much worse for me. That's another thing. I would be second-guessing myself a little bit here. I do see you moving forward. A piece of this that might make a difference is kind of like making that commitment, like, well, all right, you know, I'm going to try for this. I want it. If I don't get that, I'll keep trying for something else. And if I have to go somewhere else, I'll find a way to go somewhere else. Maybe that makes it a little easier. Why are we tripping on this part? Why am I tripping on this part? Is it worth the stress? Is this stress going to lead to success? And is this going to actually work out the way it should? Or am I just going to make myself a target? I feel like, is that the way I'm supposed to say it? Am I saying it the wrong way? Because you're not in the business of making yourself a target. Like, you know, you're not. You're here to succeed, not to be a target for somebody else. Either way, it may be a long process, but I just feel like just keep moving forward. You will get what you want. For some of you, if this is a business thing or a work thing, you may have to apply a couple times. Just keep applying for things, and people will realize you need out. People will get the hint, like if they expect you to keep working for this company, they need to change your position because you're not happy where you are. And you are valued, so keep that in mind. I do see change coming for you. I do see change. I do see healing. I do see like the right people realizing that you do need change if they expect to keep you, and I do feel like they want to keep you. You do have great value. I mean, not all of you work in a corporate thing, obviously, but I feel like a lot of you, this is something to do with business. It doesn't have to, of course, it's a general read. But what I'm getting is like, people play games, and maybe people are trying to downplay your value, and they're trying to mess with your head, making you feel like you're not as respected as you should be, or maybe a better word is you're not as valued as much as you actually are. They're trying to mess with your head to make you feel like you're not valued, when in truth you are, and other people do notice it. So be aware of that mental game if that's happening to you. I mean, you are Aries, you're very strong. It doesn't make you impervious to people messing with your head like everybody else. But once you see through it, be careful with seeing through it. Don't let it get the better of you. Because I know you're good at strategizing, but if somebody trips the switch the wrong way, I know you'll tell them where things need to go. Be careful of that. Make sure this works to your benefit. You know what I mean? Because I see you moving on from this situation, and you're going into something better. It's just a long, I'm getting that word, arduous process. Again, you do seem to be having success. It's taking a while. It's taking a while. it's obnoxious. You might be cutting ties with things. People may not like that you're moving on from something. Just don't burn the bridge behind you. Let them burn it themselves, because if they're the ones who burn it, it's on them. That's not going to be a shock to you, but like, don't burn the bridge yourself. Let other people burn it for you. That way the destruction is on them. Keep that in your head. Keep that in the back of your mind, because there's other things coming in, and that reputation might follow you. Be aware of it, because whatever you're going towards is what you actually want, and self-control is going to be needed. You do have the self-control if you choose to use it. Let's remember that. You are very strong. Aries is very strong. You do have the self-control if you choose to use it. If you choose to. But you got to be committed to it. That's kind of the catch-22 on that. If you're committed to it, and I'm not going to, they're not going to, you'll remove yourself from an issue. You'll keep yourself away from it. You'll handle it the way you need to. Especially if you see people trying to play you. You're not going to play into their game. Because you have something really great coming in here with the Sun card. You're heading towards something great. Just, if there's going to be a burning of the bridge, just don't be the one burning it. Let other people burn it for you. It'll double back on them. Because whoever burns that bridge is going to get burned. It doesn't have to be you. Just keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be. I can understand, like, I can understand, but you make your choice. That's all. That's all. And I'm going to say this, and it's true. Aries does have the control if you choose it. If you are committed to it, you will do it the way you need to. You do have that control. Anything else? I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.